Hey guys, so this is it. This is everything out on the board. We've put out a lot of miniatures to get this epic look, and now we're just going to discuss some of the finer points of the rules before we think about how we're actually going to play on this massive table.
Finally! It's taken a good chunk of the day just to get the table ready, but you have to get the table ready to be able to really work out the rules.
Yeah, definitely, because we have to think about what each... Because some of these units are not standard X-Wing units by any means.
Yes, the likes of ATSTs and ATATs and turrets and stuff, but now that we've got it laid out, probably the most important rule that important set of rules that we have to come up with is movement.
Yeah.
Now, X-Wing comes with a flight path system.
It does.
And I think we'll just use the flight path system, but make little alterations to it as I drop the templates all over the place.
So every ship has a dial that you turn and it shows you what the ship's going to do.
Yeah.
And different ships have different set of maneuvers, gives their different abilities, different maneuvers, etc.
Now, because it's a scenario, we are in charge of the scenario.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to make sure that doesn't happen is we get a turn or two turns where not a lot happens.
Yeah, we do want a first turn where nothing happens. That'd be really boring for us and for you guys.
In a normal game of X-Wing, that's what can happen. You know, your first couple of turns...
Yeah, nobody shoots at anybody else. It's all
nothing much, right? But for this, me and Killian have been practicing and tweaking it to make sure that some action actually happens. So, first things first, right? Let's take some X-Wings. Okay, so we'll bring some X-Wings over here. Right? Now, we're envisaging that X-Wings will be tasked with dealing with turrets. Okay, so we're thinking of playing the game in waves. So first wave to appear to attack the Imperial base would be a wave of X-Wings.
Yeah, probably 3 X-Wings in the first wave.
And their job is, you X-Wing guys, you're tasked with taking down the turrets, because after you, there's Y-Wings and A-Wings coming in.
Yeah, so the A-Wings are going to be the interceptors, the Y-Wings are going to be the bombers.
Why did the X-Wings go in first? Because the Imperials don't know we're coming. So there's no TIE fighters in the sky yet.
Nope.
So the X-Wings don't have to deal with it. So X-Wings come into the table. They're object along this edge, because they're flying through the trench of trees. Okay, so they're flying along here. Their objective is these turrets. There's one here, there's one there, and then if they're really lucky, they can get all the way back here. There's another 2 turrets to deal with. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, if you can look at me, John, what range will we give a turret? Now, a turret is a fixed gun, this thing here, and we're looking at it and go, well, it's a fixed gun.
So it's going to have turrets, it's going to 360-degree vision.
Yeah. Yep. It has 360 degrees, because it rotates, like so. But what range is it going to have? Well, I've decided it'll have range 5.
So this is
Normal
the template.
student?
Yep. This is the template that comes if you buy one of the large ships, like the Tantive 5 or the Imperial Raider. This is for the turbo lasers. So we're giving these turrets turbo lasers.
Yes!
Scary.
Why are we doing that? Because it's a bloody turret.
Yeah.
Its whole purpose in life is to shoot stuff. Okay? So, to make turn 1 exciting, these guys come on, right? So you deploy on one segment. So that brings them to there. We then get, what are they? Movement 4 is their top speed?
Yeah, movement 4 straight would be their top speed.
So let me get this right. So movement 4 brings them to here. Lo and behold, they're not yet in range to be able to shoot the turret.
No.
All right? We are going to have ATSTs and ATATs down here. I'm just bring it back down here. They will actually be in range in turn 1 because we want action. Yeah. We want action to happen in turn 1.
All through the game, shooting, fun. No boring in this game at all. It's going to be fast paced, it's going to be fun.
So, ATST, ATAT, X-Wings are in range of each other. Maybe not the ATAT because we're giving it quite a shallow field of fire.
Yeah, but a powerful field of fire.
Of fire. If you get hit by a flipping ATAT, you're going to feel it. I'm envisioning like 3 shields going straight away, sort of power that we're going to try and give it. ATSTs, on the other hand, they have a rotating turret. So if you come in close, you can see that turret actually rotates. So we're going to give that 180 degree of fire. That's more than the spaceships.
Yeah.
The spaceships are all pretty much firing forward.
It's their front sort of 90-degree arc like this, but for the ATSTs, it'll be 180 degrees to either side, representing that turret that they've got on the top of their head.
So effective shooting, in so much as they can shoot a lot of stuff pretty quickly, but probably not the most powerful shooting.
Not the most powerful shooting, and they're not going to be very tough to take out either.
Yeah. Now let's get back to those turbo lasers on the turrets. Here is the range. So we're going to measure from the base of it all the way out here. So you can see that in the very first turn, if you go full speed with your X-Wings, as you should do, because they have a job to do, these X-Wings have to take these turrets out. these guys are going to get shot at. And I'm envisaging, hopefully we'll lose one turned.
Yeah, I'd say we
lose one in turn one as they're trying to get past them. We are going to cancel that out by... it's going to take... You're going to get quite a lot of evade dice from the big turrets, because although they can shoot far distance, why can they not target us very well?
Yeah, they're not going to have... So basically your modifiers for range... So if you're beyond range 3, you get an extra green dice. We're going to double that. You'll get 2 extra green dice.
Yeah.
So the time they're shooting at range here, the X-Wings will be rolling 4 green dice to evade. So there's a good chance they'll avoid the shots.
Yeah, so we're basically representing the fact that they can shoot far, but their movements maybe not particularly fast. So you've got a good chance of dodging and evading out of the way. So that's at this side of the table. I'm hoping stuff will die.
Yeah.
Because when stuff dies, it's exciting.
But the reason we're sending in the X-Wings as well is the X-Wing is a balanced mainline fighter. It's good against enemy fighters, but it's also got torpedoes, so it can also take out things like the structures. Late game, it might even make a run on the shield generator. The Y-Wings go down.
Yeah.
So it's a good balanced fighter.
Well, late game, so they're flying in. There's going to be a point when they've flown past these guys.
Yep.
Are we going to be able to give them enough ammo? What are they going to be trying to take these guys out with?
Probably the proton torpedoes.
Proton torpedoes. Will they have enough ammo to actually have any proton torpedoes left for the next set of turrets?
If they come in as a wave, and the first one gets lucky, it can possibly take out this on its first range of shooting. That means the backup fighters will still have their proton torpedoes when they get to here.
Yeah.
They could make a run on the shield generator.
So maybe the thing we should be doing is, if you get your X-Wings through, maybe their job is not to hang around. Maybe they're supposed to fly back off the edge.
Possibly.
So let's say you got 2 out of 3 back. Maybe they're supposed to fly away and get restocked up with missiles or something and come back in again.
Yeah.
Don't know. We're still working out some other things. Now we have the other turret on this side. John, you stay over there. I think you could be able to film it. Right, Killian. So if you go that way.
Yep. Okay.
Now, again, we're trying to think what's going to make the game interesting.
So let's try and take off these guys. I'll show coming in here, because this is your other avenue of attack. Coming on this edge here.
So down here, John, if you just go further back, you'll have an easier time filming what we're talking about. So the first lane we've talked about is here.
Okay.
Straight into the fire of this turret. You have another option. You could fly up here and notice the tree line is blocking you.
Mm-hmm.
That turret's not going to see you until you get to here, which is probably turn 2.
Probably turn 2, yeah.
Yeah. In which case, you're safe for the first turn until you get to here. And you're actually probably close enough. Where's the range 3 at this point to have a crack at that?
And you could fire your proton torpedoes about that range as well and try and get a shot off, maybe hit this guy. So he'll see you at the same time that you see him.
Yeah.
And because we're going to give these guys quite low pilot skills, so they're going to shoot last, the X-Wing can hit first.
Yeah. With that in mind, we probably should move, because we've got some ATSTs out on patrol.
Yeah.
These guys, this path's quite clear. You get a really easy riding up until this point.
Up until this point, but then from here on in, you've got stuff coming this way and you've got the turrets, so...
Because here at this junction, you have a dilemma. You're in range, you're basically coming in range of this turret and this turret. So I suppose if you go this way, the downside is if you don't deal with the turrets fast enough, you're actually getting 2 turrets shooting at you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you went that way, you have 1 turret to deal with. And you've got a clear path to the generator.
Exactly.
Whereas here, you could get shot by that turret and shot by that turret. That's excellent. So there's an upside and a downside to going through the middle channel.
Exactly.
And then we have this channel here.
Yes, now this is the interesting one. This is the strategic one, I think. So
yeah.
I'll take off these guys.
What are we going to do? Say an X-Wing again. So
X-Wing again. X-Wing's the main one.
X-Wings come in here. What it's going to encounter first is going to encounter ATSTs.
Yep.
If you make it past them, you have a pretty clear run, because again, you've got a tree line here protecting you from that turret. But what you could run slap bang into is you could run slap bang into the AT-AT.
Yeah.
Well, it's really powerful. We're not sure what range to give it. I'm tempted to give it a big range because we're going to make it very slow to move.
Yeah, it's
which we'll get to in a sec.
Slow, very slow.
And you're going to have an ATST to deal with. But if you can blast on past them, once you get to this point, you've got quite a clear run.
Yeah.
Because you can curve round like this.
You can make a straight run here on the shield generator. You only have to deal with this turret. But the whole point of this is the X-Wings are clearing a path.
Well, let's not forget this turret.
Oh yeah, well that one's there too, yeah.
But I'm not sure if we're going to give that field of fire until maybe there. Yeah. Because you could say the buildings may be blocking you. So you don't have to deal with this turret until maybe to about there. Can you see that on the camera? See the way that turret would now have field of fire on you?
Yeah.
So you're doing a good job of getting all the way down into the base without taking much fire going this route. Mm-hmm. But once you get to here, you have to deal with this turret You have to deal with this turret. You have to deal with an ATST. Those ATSTs may have come this way. That might have come this way. By this time, these ties have taken off.
Yeah, because we're going to keep these guys down until turn 2, just to represent the fact that this is a surprise attack. So Rebels are going to get first turn, moving up. When it comes to the second turn, the TIE fighters are going to start to take off.
Which is great, because the X-Wings will appear over there. Communications will go nuts. Guys are running to their ships.
Yep, makes sense.
And then they're off, and we'll turn them into actual based flying ships.
Lifting off from this point, probably a turn of sort of idling in this region, then they're going to start making their attack.
Yeah, which is great. Now, since we're talking about the TIE fighters, we're going to have since we're talking about fighters, right? Yeah. So first we're thinking X-Wings come in.
X-Wings come in first, that's first wave.
Deal with the turrets.
Yep.
Second wave, A-Wings come in.
Yep, so by the time the A-Wings come in, TIE fighters...
Why are the A-Wings in? Exactly.
They're interceptors. They're there to take out the enemy fighters.
Yeah,
and provide cover for the third wing.
So when we say wing, is that like turn 2? Is wing...
I'd say, yeah, probably turn 2.
Playtesting will work that out.
Playtesting will work that out, but essentially we're going to keep it in waves for the ships coming on.
So at that point, hopefully the X-Wings have done most of their job. They can have a few shots at
they can hang around.
They're not slouches.
No, the X-Wings are very good fighters.
But that's why I'm thinking maybe they should be flying away to get refueled or something.
We can see how it works out in playtesting, possibly.
Okay.
How it works out that way.
But then the Imperials also have some backup that's going to come in. We've got these guys here, and we've got some named characters.
We've got at least one named character who's a Royal Guard TIE in the lead, and he's backed up by 2 more Royal Guard TIEs. These guys and their interceptors are very nasty.
Yeah.
They're basically one of the most maneuverable ships in the game, do a lot of damage, very hard to hit. Yeah. So these guys are these are the ace in the Imperial player's sleeve. These guys are going to just knock out anything they come up against. These guys are going to fly tight formation, going to go in. If these guys catch a rebel ship by itself, gone, annihilated.
Yeah, because focus fire.
Yeah.
Bop.
Definitely.
Oh, I can't wait to give this a shot. We've been working out rules and stuff, but we have some actual play testing to get stuck into. Oh, it's going to be exciting. We have a few bits and pieces here because we were taking some photos.
Yep.
I don't think TIE bombers and stuff will make an appearance.
I don't think we'll throw in the Falcon.
I don't think we'll throw in the Falcon. Right, and then movement. Let's go back to talking about movement.
Yes.
Now over here, we've been working on
the ATs and the ATSTs.
I think we have templates over there. There might be a 1 or something.
So
dials. You use dials to move your ships in X-Wing.
Yep.
So you just pick your number and you put it down. We're going to stick with that for the fighters. But we're going to have it that you don't put a dial or anything down for the ground troops. You just move them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're thinking, right? So we're thinking of like having little squads. They can break up. But let's say, here's our ATST, our AT-AT. The thing about an AT-AT is it just doesn't move particularly fast.
No, it's a tank. It's a walking tank. If you've seen Empire Strikes Back, if you've played the new Battlefront, they move so slowly.
It's just
yeah.
Whereas the ATST could be running rings around it.
Yeah, it's nippy, it's fast, and it's...
So, to represent that, you'll probably want to come back here, John, because I'm about to do it. We fiddled around with having movement 1. So we thought, okay, let's move it 1. And we went like that. We went from front of foot to the back of the foot. And then suddenly realised, oh my god, that moved really quickly doing it that way.
If we were doing that, these things would be galloping all over the board.
And we were thinking that the ATSTs will move level 2, so they'll basically do any move that's a level 2.
Yeah.
Range 2. So the fun thing was it kept them actually
at the same point.
At the same point. But it meant that the AT-AT was moving faster than the ATST. And then we started messing around in our minds of, well, maybe the AT-AT has 2 moves to make up for the fact that it's supposed to be faster than the AT-AT. But then the downside is we're looking at it going, no, an AT-ST is moving faster than fighters.
Yeah,
no, we can't have that.
Far too quickly.
Let me set that up again. So then we decided, no, what we'll actually do is we'll take either foot, it doesn't matter, and we'll put a 1 in, but we'll put it on its side, and then put from the front of the foot to the back of the foot, the front of the foot to the back of the foot.
And you could do this for any foot as well.
Yep, any foot works because the wee thing fits between the legs. And that keeps it that an ATST is moving at a relative speed that looks right compared to an AT-AT. Because what we don't want is we don't want AT-ATs galloping around like Killian says, all over the table like greyhounds. We want them because they're really dangerous.
Yeah. Basically, they're going to have a lot of armor. They're going to have this very focused gun at the front that's going to be able to take things out in a very narrow arc. but you're going to want to try and avoid them. If you're playing the rebels in this, you want to get this taken out and up here before this marches up to close off this corridor.
Yeah, it's a very valid point. We're working out where we should actually be deploying the likes of the AT-AT. For example, here, what are we? We're thinking range. I'm not sure what range we're thinking, but let's say it was range 3.
3 seems about right. Yeah.
You want to get through and deal your damage to this before this guy moves up and then gets in range, because I swear he's going to blast you out of the sky.
Definitely, he'll probably have 4 attack dice or something ridiculous.
So these guys mean you're not going to slouch around, because I think we'll aim them that they're moving towards choke points.
Mm-hmm.
They're aiming to intercept you. You want to get zooped in through there, get the guns down, launch some stuff at the shield generator, then maybe deal with them. Oh, it's going to be cool.
It's going to be very cool.
Right, we've got playtesting stuff to do. I think that's going to wrap it up for today, though.
Yeah, I think we've done enough for today.
We've done a lot for today. It's getting late. We have the basics of it here. We have the idea fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, maybe is it next week? We're thinking of we'll actually get the time then to flesh it out and actually start doing the proper playtesting and stuff.
Need to find a time when we can come down and actually run through a game of this. Maybe even 2 games of this, just so we can iron out any bugs.
Yeah.
Because we're still not sure about just how powerful to make these guys, and also whether that range 5 and the turbo laser turret.
Oh no! Wait! Comment below. It has to be range 5, surely. Does it not?
It's going to be scary. Just
range 5, for goodness sakes.
Fair enough. We'll see.
Range
how it goes.
5.
Yeah.
But not so
accurate.
Good range, but not so accurate.
Okay.
To balance it out.
That's fair enough.
But if you get hit, boom! I think I really want to see some stuff die, because what'll make this exciting and cinematic is if ships are dying.
Yeah, just blowing
You
up.
don't watch the end of A New Hope, and it's you're not like watching for 20 minutes and nobody dies.
No, and almost right off the bat they're all exploding. Yeah.
So we want that cinematic effect that as soon as waves come in, maybe 1 or 2 of them are going down pretty quick.
Yeah.
And to balance it out, what we can do is we could just introduce more waves. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't want fighters hanging around on the table. I want them flying in, doing their job and getting out, or flying in, doing their job and getting killed, or flying in, getting killed and not doing any job. That's the sort of thing I want. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I think that's it. I think that wraps up the live blog for today. We hope you've enjoyed that. If it is, comment below. It's something we might do again when we come to do this sort of stuff. I know we've enjoyed it.
It's been a lot of fun setting this table up, even just talking about how we're going to run this game.
It's focused us, and looking at the results, I'm looking at going, do you know what? Considering we started with basically nothing this morning, I'm looking at going,
Complete blank slate. Blank slate.
Job 90% done.
Basically, yeah.
Alright guys, if you've enjoyed it, comment below and we'll see you again soon.